Indiana, a 2-point advantage. Clark slings it over to Hull. Wide open three. She got it.
But watching Caitlin when she's out there, just the passes that she is willing to try. How much of an adjustment was it for you to play off of someone that passes like that?
I mean, I definitely got passes and tried to finish when I wasn't expecting to get the ball. So
wasn't expecting. Caitlin Clark's menacing, skill-forced Fever teammate to adapt in key tactical shift. It is fair to say Caitlin Clark lived up to the expectations after she was drafted as the #1 pick. Helping the Indiana Fever to the playoffs, selling out arenas, breaking league records, and claiming the roadie. The 22-year-old ticked the right boxes, but one not much on the surface was her impact on the squad, and Lexi Hull is here to offer a glimpse. On Sunday on The Young Man in the Three, Hull came to the fore to share what she loves about the changes Clark brought in the gameplay and how she handled that. I definitely got passes and I tried to finish, but I wasn't expecting to get all, Hull begins. Now it's like, okay, every cut I have, every cut I make, every fast break I run, like I have a real opportunity to get the ball, which definitely took me a second. Entering the W, holding the record for third most all-time assists, Clark was aware of her strength and she did not let it dwindle. During the game against the Dallas Wings, Clark finished with 19 assists, having the highest W record for a single game ever. She then broke the record for most assists in a single season, 337. At the receiving end of this was Hull for a large part, who built on the 22-year-old's passes, though new after noting the potential they held. And I really just took one of those to get my head around oh, she's all the way down to the other end of the floor. And she could still make the pass to me down at the block at the cent. So I mean, it's been awesome. And I think it's so fun to be able to know that you're not just cutting to cut. You're cutting with the possibility of actually making a really cool play. So that makes it that much more worthwhile, Hull stated. Hull had a career high of 22 points this season during a game against the Seattle Storm. The assist for the first two-pointer came for Caitlin Clark, and then about 2 more. The 22-year-old finished the night with game-high 9 assists. Honestly, I was more excited about her passing ability than her scoring, Hull had admitted previously, while revealing, there is a lot of confidence from her, and she capitalized on it. So the Fever rookie's unexpected passes did prepare Hull to be more focused. Meanwhile, Clark also has been appreciative of Hull's game. Caitlin Clark showers praise on Lexi Hull. When Hull hit her career-high 22 points against the Seattle Storm this season, the Logo 3 Queen was floored by her abilities. In the game, the 25-year-old hit 6 out of 7 threes, so when the game ended in their favor and the Fever won by a 92-75 margin, Clark took X to share her happiness for Hull. This is now a Lexi Hull fan account, Clark tweeted. That was the first time when Christy Sides had given a chance to Hull during the opening quarter itself, and she, along with Clark, combined for 48.91% of the team's total points. To top that, they had 9 out of the 15 three-pointers. Indeed, a special coordination between them on the court. Hull ended up being a regular on the Fever roster, with the team going 6-3 with her in the starting lineup. She also peaked with 63.2% from beyond the arc post-Olympic break. Clark was aware of the efforts, commending her for covering the court, chasing the best players, and being the defensive anchor for the team. I think it's added a whole other dynamic for us, she said, speaking of her growth in three-pointers as well.
But watching Caitlin when she's out there, just the passes that she is willing to try, and some of the tight windows that she'll toss out there, obviously the transition outlets and stuff. How much of an adjustment was it for you to play off of someone that passes like that?
I mean, I definitely got passes and tried to finish when I wasn't expecting to get the ball. So now it's okay, every cut I have, every cut I make, every fast break I run, I have a real opportunity to get the ball, which definitely took me a second. And I think it really just took one of those to really get my head around oh, she's all the way down at the other end of the floor and she could still make the pass to me down at the block at this end. So, I mean, it's been awesome. And I think it's so fun to be able to know that you're not just cutting to cut, knowing that you're cutting with the possibility of actually making a really cool play. So that makes it that much more worthwhile.
I think
When did that start happening? Like, when was the first time you started to sort of feel the recognition of like people when you're walking around?
Honestly, the start of the season. I feel like people, once we found out we had the #1 pick and once Caitlin declared, that kind of changed things, I think, for the city a little bit. People were just so excited to come support the Fever. We felt that in our preseason games. We felt that even on draft night, we filled Gamebridge, which felt crazy. Like we're not even doing anything in Gamebridge and people are excited to watch the screen and see who we draft. So I think it's been so awesome and just the growth has been insane.
Do you have a favorite Caitlin practice story?
Yeah, I do. There was one practice, Christy like turns on loud music because I can't remember where we were going, but we knew the arena was going to be loud. And so she turns on this like loud music and Caitlin screams. She's like, "Can someone turn it off? It's giving me a migraine." And everyone's like, what? And Christy like reacted and said, "What did you say?" And she like repeated it. And all of us were just we were all dying because if I would have said that, if anyone on our team would have said that and then been asked, "What did you say?" and you repeat it, like no one else is repeating it, but she did. And it was the funniest thing. We're all like rolling on the ground laughing. But no, she's great. There's a lot. She's just a funny person.
Women's basketball is under the spotlight right now because of Caitlin, and I think that will have an impact forever.
The college career that Caitlin had ignited a tremendous amount of attention.
Caitlin brought so much new attention to the rise in women's college basketball and the WNBA and women's sports in general.
I was mesmerized by her.
Caitlin had the tongue out. She is feeling it tonight, folks.
She broke stereotypes. She played with the flair. She played with the confidence, the swagger that I think few have played with.
Incredible phenomenon that very rarely happens, and it certainly changed the landscape, no question.
Our only comparable to her is Steph Curry.
Well, she did break my assist record at Iowa, so that's, something I have to live with my entire life. But I think what Caitlin Clark did is put eyes on our game. People that would never watch women's basketball are watching women's basketball now because of Caitlin Clark.
She's just done so much to grow the game and inspire young girls to play.
We're uplifting women basketball, and everybody's watching.
I think Caitlin will be in the record books forever. She's an amazing basketball player, but an even better person.
Great player, good person as well. She's been great, and I'm really excited for her at this next stage in her career.
Caitlin Clark becomes the all-time leading scorer in major college basketball. Another forever moment for this transformational superstar.
I feel like the weight of the world is on her shoulders, and she just has this heavy burden to carry, and she does it with grace and humility.
I think that all of us, fan base included, we're just so thankful that we were part of that ride.
If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you.